You're listening to Clearview Today with Dr. Abadan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Ryan Hill.
I'm John Galantis.
You can find our show online at clearviewtodayshow.com, or if you have any questions for Dr. Shah or suggestions for new topics, send us a text to 252-582-5028, or you can email us at contact@clearviewtodayshow.com. Did you mouth that along with me?
Yeah.
I saw you moving out of the corner of my eye. I was like, what's happening?
I forget that we're on the same camera. Yeah, it was. You guys can write in. No, what is my part? You guys can help us keep the conversation moving forward by supporting the show. You can share it online with your friends and family. Leave us a good 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasting content from. We're going to leave a couple of links right there in the description so you can do just that.
I tried to copy you, but it didn't work. I don't know your part as well as you know mine.
And my well, I wrote your part, but also the cadence kind of changes from here and there. I hate to do 2 grapevines in a row.
Oh, no.
Friday was a grapevine. You had the weekend break, and now we're opening up Monday.
It's a gripe sandwich.
Well, where the gripes of the bread, and the weekend is
the
lunch meat and the cheese and all that stuff. Welcome to the grapevine. Walmart.
The end. That's the gripe.
They do too doggone much. Walmart does too much. Okay. Here's the premise of Walmart, right? You've got a super center to buy all your stuff, like your home goods, your electronics, what have you, and you got a grocery store.
Sure.
I can get on board with that. I think
I can remember when not all Walmarts had groceries.
Oh, yeah, I remember that too. It was just a super center. Anything you need, home good wise or electronic wise, we got it here. They had pets, for goodness sake. They had fish in Walmart. They always have kind of done too much, but it was reasonable. Then they were like, hey, we got groceries. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Everything you need for your house, food and items, you've got. Then it's like, we're going to have a McDonald's.
Sure, if you get hungry, yeah.
I'm in there shopping. Okay. I might be there a while. My wife spends 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours in there.
9 hours in a Walmart.
We're going to have a haircut place. I don't think I need to get a haircut when I go to Walmart. That's kind of weird, Walmart. Why are you going to have a haircut place?
Well,
in case I'm shopping so long that I need a haircut? I'm spending weeks in there?
Sure.
We're going to have a vision center so you can come in and get your prescription and get glasses for your eyes.
Maybe, as you do sometimes.
Walmart.
Need to do.
Ain't that kind of weird, Walmart? I already have an eye doctor that I go to.
I have a pharmacy.
Now I need
get your medications.
Come and get y'all medicine at Walmart.
Get your plants at Walmart, at the outdoor center.
We're going to have a Western Union. If you need to ship money internationally, you can do it at Walmart.
We're going to have a basketball court. A swimming pool.
And
a rodeo.
We're going to have a bank. We're going to have a church so you can come and worship in.
No, what? No.
Why is y'all doing so much?
Well, their whole thing is like where they're going to be the one-stop shop. The more stuff you add to that just proves that.
Have you ever used, be honest now, have you ever used any of have you ever gone to Walmart to get your eyes checked? Have you ever been like,
no, but I have gone to Walmart for a haircut.
Ryan.
I have.
Ryan.
I have.
No,
it wasn't great. I'll be honest with you.
You went to Walmart for take that out. Hey, David. Hey, David. Hold on 1 second.
It's cheap.
No, we got to take that out.
But it was cheap.
Man. You can't let people know that you. Did you for real do that?
I did.
Do we keep this in, or are you ashamed, or keep it in?
Sure.
That Ryan Hill, host of the Clearview Today Show, gets his haircut at Walmart.
No, not gets his haircut at Walmart. Has gone to Walmart for a haircut. There's a difference there.
I'm gonna let David decide.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't great.
You didn't like that Walmart.
No, they were nice. They were nice, but it wasn't great.
I just feel like you're doing way too much. I don't even know what Walmart is anymore. It's
Walmart. It's a category all its own.
It's a restaurant, grocery store, bank, Western Union,
theme park, safari zone,
church, worship service. I've lost. It's way too much.
We've lost the point,
and I don't even go there no more. I forgot about the pharmacy. I didn't even put that in my notes.
We've lost the plot somewhere
and everything.
Yeah,
it's the one. I get it. The one-stop shop, but a haircut. This is just esoteric at this point. I'm done. I mean, does it not bother you?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It doesn't bother you that Walmart has all this stuff that's seemingly unrelated.
No, I mean if they're trying to meet people's needs. What is this?
Let me see. Did we get that in the thread?
No, Nicholas sent that to me.
It's a old woman. It's completely unrelated to the show.
Why is this?
It's completely unrelated to the show, but it's
that's what you're trying to tell me.
I thought
It's the arcade.
I didn't see that until after John took my phone.
It's an old lady.
That text didn't come through. What the heck is that?
It's a picture. Maybe we can drop it in the show, but it's a picture of an old lady scaling a church door, it looks like. I don't know how to make sense of it. We've gone off the rails. This is not good radio. Can we just transition?
The only thing I sent was y'all were talking about how Walmart has everything, and I said it used to have an arcade. Does anybody remember the Walmart arcade?
No. It had an arcade?
Yes. Yeah, it had like a kids arcade where you go in and you could play like games and you could play like
There's the electronic
pinball.
section where it had like
like a full arcade
In the
with
front.
games like
in the
you go,
front.
You remember that?
No, I don't
Oh,
remember.
there used to also be a photo developing section where you could develop
Nah, I
your
do remember
icon
that.
I'm
photos and
done.
stuff like that.
I'm done.
I'm remembering a whole bunch of... Anyways, the old lady is not a part of this.
Yeah, that's just a funny meme that Nicholas sent.
Sure.
We've gone off the rails. You need to transition us into the ad break so we can get Dr. Shah in here to bring some order back to the silliness.
Bring us your Walmart thoughts. What is the most
You're doing
outlandish
too
purchase
much.
you've been able to make at Walmart? 252-582-5028, or you can visit us online at clearviewtodayshow.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's going on, listeners? My name is John.
And I'm Ellie.
And we just want to take a second and let you know about Dr. Shah's new book on the market right now called Can We Recover the Original Text of the New Testament? Boy, that is a long title.
True, but it's a very simple message. The original text of the New Testament is not only attainable, but there are lots of different ways that scholars go about discovering it.
There's a lot of people out there saying that the original text is lost forever, or that it's hopeless to actually try to find it, or that there's many texts of the New Testament. But alongside Dr. David Allen Black, Dr. Shah has actually compiled papers from some of the world's leading experts in textual criticism, including one written by himself on various methodologies for extracting the original text. And listen, if you're interested in textual criticism, this book is a great introduction to the field.
You can pick up your copy on Amazon, or you can buy it from our church website. That's clearviewbc.org. We're going to leave a link in the description box so you can get your copy today.
Love that. Ellie, let's hop back in.
Let's do it.
Welcome back to Clearview Today with Dr. Abadan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ. You can visit us online at clearviewtodayshow.com, or if you have any questions or suggestions for new topics, send us a text to 252-582-5028.
That's right, and we're here once again in the Clearview Today studio with Dr. Abadan Shah, who is a PhD in New Testament textual criticism, professor at Carolina University, author, full-time pastor, and the host of today's show, along with perma guest Nicole Shah.
Welcome to the show, Nicole!
Back once again in the Clearview Today studio. Dr. Shah and Nicole, I am livid at Walmart.
Why?
So here's the thing. I think they do too much. When I go, like, Dr. Shah, for real, when was the last time you went to Walmart and thought, man, you know what, while I'm here, I need a haircut? While I'm here, I need to wire some money internationally. I need to just stop and pick up a loaf of bread for my family. But while I'm here, I think I'll go get my family portraits done. When you're like, okay,
So what part are you not happy about?
it's just too much. Y'all are doing too much.
Gotcha.
Like for instance, if we came to you, if you came to your, like, think about it in 2008, right?
Okay.
Where you and Nicole were starting to reimagine Clearview. It was 2008, right? Or was it back in more than the 90s?
Earlier than that. I would say 2005.
Okay, so 2005, you're coming to the church body and you're saying, guys, here's our vision for Clearview Church. Right. We want a church that's relevant. We want a church that has excellent worship services. We want a church with a theme park. We want a church where people can come and you can just transfer money to your folks overseas. We envision a church that has
With an ice cream parlor.
That has an ice cream parlor, and so we'll sell ice cream to the people of the city. We envision a church with a space program.
Oh.
Now, do you think
I want to go to that church.
you're doing too much? It was really cool when it was like, hey, you can get home supplies and you can get groceries all in one place.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Why do I want to go to Walmart and get my eyes corrected?
Yeah, I know.
Why do I?
Well, I can tell you this much. 2 individuals who came to America, this is back in 1992, who loved Walmart. That was my mom and dad.
Really?
What was their favorite thing about Walmart?
Just to walk around and pick up stuff and look at it for hours. And while we were in class or something, because, we were in college
Right.
when my mom and dad came for my brother's wedding. And so they were in the dorm. They were in this guest house at the college. Because he was a guest speaker traveling all over the East Coast, preaching in different churches and all that stuff. So the daytime, I would just take them to Walmart. And I said, look, I have a class for like 2 hours. There's the bathrooms right there. And if you're okay, I'm going to be back. And
You
they were
usually drop
yes,
them
we're
off at
fine, we're
Walmart?
fine. And I give them a cart, and they would just walk around.
Here we go.
Have they ever seen anything like that?
No.
Never.
No. Now, my dad had traveled.
Right.
But Walmart is Walmart.
Right.
I mean, where in the world do you have... Nowadays, you got so many places like that. But back in the day, to walk in there...
It was unique.
You can get cosmetics, you can get medicine, you can get pots and pans, you can get clothes.
You can get fish.
Yep.
They had
you get
fish.
fish.
I didn't know fish.
Yep.
I remember that.
You know, garden supplies.
Everything. Yeah.
Whatever you might need.
David said in the intro they had an arcade. If you don't even want to deal with your kids, you can send your kids over to the arcade.
I don't even know if they
remember
have
that.
them anymore.
I do remember doing that actually when my kids were young. I remember Rebecca was probably somewhere elementary school, maybe 4th, 5th grade, and so then the other ones were younger, and I wouldn't let her go until I got to the checkout line because I could see straight into the arcade.
Right.
And they would be asking me, "Can I get this? Can I get it?" And I'm like, "No, we don't have to."
Stop asking me for
so then
things.
they-
At the candy and stuff at
Yes.
the checkout line.
So then
That's why they put it all there.
Spot the arcade, and they said, "Can we?" I'm like, "Sure, go in there." And when I'm done checking the groceries out, I'll come get you.
That's such a horrible marketing ploy that literally every store does. Like all the candy and all the little toys are right by the checkout.
Why
so all
do
the
you
kids are
think-
like, "Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that?"
Why do you think Ellie goes by herself and leaves the kids with me?
100%.
I'm
Oh, I
not
know.
taking my son.
100% why.
I'm not taking my son.
Absolutely.
Because Gavin loves Walmart, but Gavin is a I don't want to say he's a manipulator, but that is the word that comes closest. We made a deal one time where he needed to get rid of some toys. He saw toys he wants in Walmart, and he's like, I want that. And so we're like, all right, we're going to make a deal. You choose 10 toys to throw away. We'll go get it. He did it. And so I was like, okay, we're going to hold to my word. So we get him his toy, whatever. I was like, oh, that's kind of expensive. Maybe that one. Next time we go in Walmart, he sees another one. He's like, hey, can I have that? And we're like, nah, no, not this time. He's like, I'll throw 10 toys away. I'll find toys to throw away.
He remembers.
He remembers. And so I was like, we might be done with Walmart for a
That's
little
the
while.
price.
He's like,
this is going to cost you 10 toys.
What he did, he's 3. He's 3 years old. We went home. He put 10 toys in a box, brought them to us and said, I want to get rid of these. And I was like, why do you want to get rid of these toys? And he was like, I want a new one.
a new toy.
I was like,
That
I want
is
a new
too
one.
funny.
So we're
a smart little boy.
He is. We're
Smart.
done with Walmart
Isn't the same
for a little
kid
while.
who chose whooping over?
Chose a whooping over. Yeah, I hadn't told that.
Maybe you can hold that for another time.
I'll hold it. But yeah, this is the son who literally, when placed with the choice of doing something he didn't want to do and doing something he did want to do, I said, you can do this, but it's going to cost a whooping because I really don't need it. He was like, I'll take the whooping. 3 years old. 3 years old. I'll tell that story. That's a really good one.
Take the whooping.
Yeah, he took,
Wow.
and he took it. I said, okay.
That is hilarious.
Okay.
That's hilarious. I don't know what I would have done at that point. That's why when you get too old, I don't know if we're too old, you cannot have kids.
Yeah, and I gave
You can have grandkids, but you cannot have kids. You cannot raise them like that.
I hate to quote Kevin Hart, but that was the first time I gave a truly confused whooping. I was just confused as I was giving. I'm whooping a kid, but
I don't
instant. Just,
understand.
question
Why are we
marks.
doing this?
yeah.
What's going on here?
I was like, okay,
Gavin was not confused. He's like, I know, I won that deal.
I want that deal.
He knew, but I got it.
He was sure what he wanted.
He took it, yeah, and he got it.
Well, the verse of the day today for us is coming from Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 23. Thus says the Lord, let not the wise man boast in his wisdom. Let not the mighty man boast in his might. Let not the rich man boast in his riches.
I think that's one of those verses that just always stays with you. And I think we talked about this on the show before. You know, we have this new song that's out, Battle Stains of Calvary, that really truly is that. We're going to boast as Christians, but we're going to boast in Jesus Christ and his cross.
Amen.
I think that's the song. Let's see. What is the date this is airing? This is the 23rd. Yeah, the album is not available yet, but it is coming October 13th. Make sure you pick up our copy.
That's right.
But yeah, I love that verse. You were actually the one who got me to read Jeremiah for the first time.
That's right.
I'd never actually read it. I was going through my devotionals, and I was asking for some Old Testament books, and you said, yeah, I would just start at Genesis and just go.
That's right.
But then we got on to Jeremiah, and man, what a book. I remember getting through that book. I never felt a sense of accomplishment finishing a book as I did when I finished Jeremiah.
Right. Jeremiah is a powerful book. I mean, it's written at a time when God's people are getting ready to go into exile, and there are some promises needed for them to know that God is faithful to them. And so it is one that we all can use when we're going through a difficult time.
100%.
God is faithful. God
Amen.
is faithful.
That's
Amen. Well, you know what time it is, don't you?
I
Oh, you knew this was coming, my friend. We got a long one today. You want me to do it?
Boy, here you go for it.
Here's the mail, it never fails and makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Mail! I couldn't get it out. This one comes from Mike S., longtime listener of the show. What do you think the S might stand? Hey, Nicole, what do you think the S stands
There you
for?
go.
Mike S.
Say it.
Stupendous.
Mike Stupendous.
Stupendous.
Amen, Nicole. Mike Stupendous. Grapevine for you. Okay, starting off strong. And it may or may not hit close to home for one of you or your wives. Maybe you've already vented about it. Meemaws are great. I agree with you there. We love them. Even the meemaws that aren't blood, but are like meemaws to our kid. Hey, Nicole, you were raised in the South. If anybody's listening and don't know what a meemaw is, what is that?
That's a grandma.
That's your grandma. That's what we call them down here.
Granny.
Yeah, granny,
Yep.
Nana, but nothing beats meemaw.
No, nothing comes close to
Meemaw.
Meemaw.
Meemaw is high octane fun 100% of the time. Even the meemaws that aren't blood, but are like meemaws to our kids. But sometimes meemaws do questionable things under the color of meemaw law.
Uh-oh.
For example,
Meemaw law.
and this is in quotes,
Someone started cross-stitching that right now as they're listening.
hashtag meemaw law. For example, hypothetically, of course, when they very playfully encourage your toddler to do something that will lead to behavior you know you'll have to fix in that child later.
Oh, no.
Like bopping other kids with an item that's by zero means injurious and may even be cute and funny to watch at the time, but as the parent, you know that silly, playful bopping with a non-dangerous item today will encourage all-out chaos with a blunt object to the unsuspecting victim tomorrow.
Yep.
Mike Stupendous, I got to tell you, man, I've got a tender-hearted poet in my house, and I've got a brute. So I'll tell you, I know that's 100%. If Holden is hitting with like a inflatable hammer, oh, he's going to be hitting with drumsticks. He'll be hitting with anything.
Yeah.
Then they laugh it off like, oh, silly me, bad meemaw, teaching them bad things. Shame on me, hardy har har. Disclaimer, situations in this grapevine are based on real events. The names of those involved have been omitted to protect the innocent, and in this case, the guilty. Broadcast at your own discretion.
In this case, the guilty.
Mike Stupendous. Mike, what a...
That's a good one, Mike.
Mouthful. We love it.
I know who that Mike is, and he's quite phenomenal.
That is hilarious.
Long
I love
time
it.
His
supporter
brain
of the show.
thinks
In fact,
outside the box.
Mike, I'm gonna give you a round of applause.
There you go. Round of applause for Mike
Respect.
Stupendous.
Excellent Clearview Today message. Guys, have you ever had to deal with meemaw law being enacted where you're like, this ain't good?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness, have I? But, well, I do remember one instance when Rebecca was a toddler, truly a toddler. And it wasn't anything like really bad, but it was one that we wanted to just kind of
Right.
warn her about and don't do this. And so I remember, I think Abaddon might have knelt down to talk to her. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, my mom, who was Nana,
Yep.
she was like, come on over here, baby, so you don't get in trouble.
No way.
That's a big no-no.
Put the brakes on right
Big
there.
no-no.
Now,
Come to Nana. Come to Nana.
somebody, I know you're going to continue the story, but somebody out there may be listening and be like, well, what's the big deal? She don't want Nana to get in trouble. She don't want her baby to get in trouble.
Oh.
And they truly can't see why that's a problem. What would you say?
I would say, you're helping them learn behaviors
Right.
that's going to get them in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, because on any other given day, it's going to get them in trouble.
That's right.
And I do remember, my dad, before he died, he started where I remember Rebecca was about 6 months old, and he called me up and he said, we want to keep Rebecca for 2 weeks or a week.
Something like that. I go with the summer, wasn't it?
It was over
Yeah.
without you. We don't want you here. We just want Rebecca.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And he said,
Kind of weird way to frame it, Dad, but all right.
But that's really what they just
Yep.
wanted, the grandbaby. And so my mom continued to do that over the years, even after my dad
That's
had
right.
died. And she did it up until the kids just, especially my kids got too old.
That's right.
And they had more things to do during the summer. And I would tell her when I'd pick them up, I'm like, I have to spend weeks, at least 2 weeks, undoing all the damage that you have done in this
Yep.
week.
Yep. That's real.
Did your mom listen to the show?
I don't think so. I hope not.
I mean,
That's
if you told
real.
it to her face once, then I guess it's all good.
If she listens to the show and she hears this story, she's going to say,
Yeah,
"Oh yeah,
ain't
that's
nothing
me.
new.
That's me."
But you
That's
might
me.
as well tell the story of how my parents were with our kids.
Oh
Where
no.
the dancing began.
Oh, okay. Now I do remember that. We actually have video of it.
We have video of that.
Yeah, we have video of it. Well, they were playing. I don't even remember the music, but I want to say it was Michael Jackson.
I think it was Michael Jackson.
And when he was growing up, Michael Jackson was taboo in the house. You know, you don't listen.
Don't listen to that. That's
That's
secular,
yeah,
terrible
secular
music.
Well, they were listening to some of Abaddon's old tapes.
Yeah, we found the
They
tapes
found-
lying around. So I'm like, oh, look at this.
So
Click.
they turned them, and the girls. This is before the boys were born. So Rebecca was 5, and Abigail was like.
Do you remember what album it was?
It may have been, I want to say, maybe Bad.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
Bad.
All right.
And they're dancing. They're jumping on the beds. They're dancing all around.
In India at your parents'
Yes.
house.
Yeah.
We-
it was not bad. I mean, it was off the wall.
Off the wall. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was further back.
Gotcha.
So then we walk into the room, and there's his dad standing there, kind of
Dancing with them?
around and laughing and saying, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like,
My, how this has changed.
we had to like hide these things. My parents.
So if they had walked in and you were listening to Michael Jackson, would it be like, "Come on, son, what are you doing?" Or would it be like, "Hey, this is a real problem. We got to figure this."
No, it would be more. They never really like told us not to listen to that. 'Cause
Right,
most
right.
times I would like watch foreign movies.
Uh huh.
And I would say like I'm just learning English. And they usually came late at night, and they were not that great.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were not good, and many of them were not even in English.
Right.
They were weird Swedish garbage, and it was like watching stuff. But so Dad was like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Oh, it kind of helps me with English." So okay.
Do you think he bought it, or he just didn't care that
I
much?
don't know. I don't know. I've never asked.
But Michael Jackson, with the grandkids, he was all for it.
Yeah, he was great.
Totally fine.
Great. He was
Did you-
dancing with them.
It's
Did you
so
talk-
funny.
Did you talk to him about it?
Well, it was not as much like don't listen to Michael Jackson music or anything like that.
Right.
It was not like that.
Right.
But it was more no dancing. We don't dance.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
but boy,
But the granddaughters.
he was
For
having a
granddaughters,
good
he was
time.
dancing with
Right.
them.
Wow.
Having a good time.
It is funny to watch your parents become grandparents
Yeah.
and to see all the ways that they, were maybe strict or structured with you, because you got to be with parents and your kids. But then grandparents come, oh, buddy.
I have a video of it, and maybe I'll drop it. I'll send it to the guys, and they can drop it in the video. But I have a video of. Well, I should say my dad. He was not strict across the board, but he was strict about certain things.
Right.
One of them was there is no eating anywhere other than the kitchen table.
Oh, really?
No eating in the living room.
Huh.
No eating on the porch unless we're doing like a barbecue or a cookout. But meals, snacks, they're all consumed at the kitchen table. If I wanted a bag of chips, you sit at the kitchen table, eat it. and
Really?
leave. He was very strict. Or at the bar, like we had a little countertop, but you eat in the kitchen. So tell me why both of my sons are in his bed eating ice cream.
Oh, my
In
gosh.
his bed, not in the bedroom, mind you. They're in his bed with towels laid out. And I'm like, my mom sent me the video, and I was like, Mama, you better get that out of there before Dad sees it. She panned over, he's there, just laying there watching him eat ice cream. I could not believe it.
I think it's either the grandkids that do that, or after that point in your life, you just realize what matters, what doesn't.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I think maybe a little bit of
As you-
both.
Yeah.
As you get older, you realize things that and I mean, they do matter.
Yeah.
But by the time you get to be the grandparent age, it's like, I've done my job. It's time to spoil the children.
one thing I would warn our listeners and our viewers that if your children are disciplining their children because of some bad behavior issue,
Yeah.
try not to interfere. In fact, support your parents, support your children in their discipline, because they're trying to raise good kids.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
you love your grandkids because your children are doing a great job. So don't undermine them.
Yeah.
Don't undermine them.
Yeah.
Just sort of maybe remove yourself from that situation.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me go.
Let me go on over here.
Excuse myself for a
Yeah.
minute.
But I do remember, now, me growing up, I remember one set, well, I say set, but one of my grandfathers, he died before when I was very young, so I don't remember him. But the other set of grandparents, they would spank their grandchildren. They expected them to behave.
Yeah.
So I grew up with one side was like, whatever you want, honey. And the other side was, you're going to behave.
Yeah, because my dad's mother was like, now she never spanked us. She was up in age by the time we were old enough to be that, but she was tough because she had so many. Because my mom's mom, Meemaw, only had 3 grandchildren, and one of them was grown, and I was the only boy. Okay, so that was it. I was eating whatever I wanted over there. My dad's mom, Granny, the one that you met, had like 20 grandchildren.
Wow.
Tons. So she wasn't putting up with nothing. She was done. She was over it. So you couldn't play around at Granny's house.
That's probably what it was, because the grandma that let us get away with anything had 4. And the grandmother that made us behave had 11.
That's a good point, because my mom, I feel like with my kids, is very much like whatever you want to do, so fun, super fun. But then Elizabeth's not mom. I mean, her mom is still that way, but Elizabeth's grandmother, when we go visit her grandmother, now she's up in age, but she's loving and dotes on them, but she's also like, you're not going to run in the house, you're not going to slam doors.
Oh, really?
Like very much like this is the expectation, but still like, let me scoop you up, come here, let's get a treat. But there's that measured approach with like, I'm going to be kind and loving and we're going to have a great time, but you are going to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Right.
They're either that or they're this.
Oh my gosh.
Ice cream in the bed. Now let me ask you this, truly, would you let your grandchildren eat ice cream in your bed?
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not.
I know I'm not.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna be the grandma that loves my grandchildren. But they're gonna behave.
Would you let Nicole eat ice cream in your bed?
She hasn't done that in a long time.
Really?
Well, we don't have TV in the bedroom anyway. So eating ice cream in the bed is not an option.
Not even a thing.
But maybe when I'm on a vacation.
Yeah.
For me, I can't stand any crumbs in the bed.
Yeah,
I'm the
that's bad.
same way.
That's
I
bad.
cannot stand crumbs in the bed.
Yeah,
Hate it.
Lay down and have all these little prickly things.
I don't like eating in the bed. Ellie
Fell
would
out
do
of
it
someone's
in a
mouth
second.
and all of their plate. Gross.
Your oldest daughter is the one that got Ellie start eating in the bed, and I'm not talking about like Rebecca used to sit. She would be in her bed with a steak. And, and a baked potato and just a knife
and fork in the bed.
And she was
I'm
using
like,
the
what are you
pillow.
doing?
She was using the pillow
Get a
as
table.
like a table.
Oh, no.
And be watching TV, and I'd be like, Rebecca, what is going on? This is your house, Nicole.
I know.
Your house.
I
Well,
know.
we were not sleeping in that bed with her. So
Right.
she can do whatever.
That's right.
Put whatever crumbs you want in your own bed.
Yep.
Do you have any advice for anybody who's out there and it's like, okay, these are all kind of fun examples, but I really am struggling with boundaries with my parents or my parents-in-law, like my, what do you call it? My in-laws.
Yeah, I would say 1 Corinthians 13:11. Paul says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I taught as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So know the difference between childishness and maturity. Like there are things that kids will do because they are kids. But then there are kids that are now becoming adults, or they're becoming teenagers and they're still carrying on the same attitudes, behaviors, and they're not healthy. They're not good. So know the difference and know where you have to go, hey, we need to address this.
Yeah.
That is not allowed.
Definitely.
There's some things you go, oh, that's funny, and okay, you just turn your head and you laugh when your kids are not looking what they're doing. But then there are things you go, yeah, leaving you like there, you're gonna become despicable to some people.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
100%.
do that.
Yeah. And that's, oh my goodness, we're not there yet where we have kids that have children yet. But I feel like I think we're going to have boundaries.
Yeah.
As grandparents. I feel like we will.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
will they be a little bit more fluid?
Yeah.
I think so.
My boundaries would be more on attitude. My boundaries will not as much be like, can you eat ice cream in the
Yeah, that's
living room or whatever. I mean, it'd be like, okay, but let's put some paper down. Let's put something down so
Yeah.
you don't get it on the couch or on
Right.
the carpet.
yeah.
But it won't be like, oh, you cannot, you better not. It would be more like have fun, but it would be like attitude, like no or something.
Yeah.
Like, okay, buddy, you're not gonna do that.
Right.
That's not
Yeah.
a good behavior.
100%.
That really will matter.
You got to get those heart issues.
those heart issues, that kind of thing that will carry over,
Yeah.
that you don't unlearn.
So know the difference between childishness and immaturity.
The way you put it, Dr. Shah, I think was most helpful for me, and I think this is the way that I think too. I don't want my kids to be despicable to other people.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want, and those are the things. Like there's times where I see my son doing things that I don't like, but other people are really enamored. They're just, oh, he's so cute. He's doing this thing. And I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, like you said, he's a kid. But then there's things I know that people will, I don't want my son to ever be like, oh my gosh, here comes that kid. And know those behaviors that lead to that. And it's kind of easier to make that distinction when you have that framework.
I think that's helpful. And that helps, maintain a good relationship with your adult children as they are parenting. And helps, set your grandkids, their kids, up for success in the years to come.
I love it.
If you guys enjoyed today's episode, write in and let us know, 252-582-5028, or you can visit us online at clearviewtodayshow.com. Don't forget, you can partner with us financially on that same website. Scroll to the bottom, click that donate button, and let us know it's coming from our Clearview Today Show family. Big thank you to our permanent guest, Nicole Shah, for being on the show today. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Look forward to having you again soon. Lots of great content coming your way the rest of this week. Make sure you guys tune in. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Clearview Today.